Hi, this is a quick tutorial on how to set up a virtual machine or an EC2. You get different types, CPU or some that are with graphics cards. The one I'll do today will be with a graphics card. So this tutorial will be broken up into two. The first part will be just creating the machine and connecting to it. And then the second video will be around installing the Nvidia Graphics Drivers. So let's get started. So I've logged into my AWS console, and in the search bar you can type in EC2, where you can see the services, and I want you just to go to launch instance and click on the launch through template. Give it a name of the computer, so we call this demo Windows and Nvidia, so we know what it is. This will be a Windows instance. Under operating system, you choose Windows. Just keep in mind here, you have different operating systems you can use. I'm using the latest because I want to use DirectX 12. 2019 does support it to a point. So if you're using game engines, just be careful, because DirectX 12 can't compile shaders properly in things like Unreal Engine. You might hit some issues. So I would recommend using the latest if you can. Under instance type, there are different types of instances that you can on AWS. The graphic ones, they have the cards inside them, is the G4 DN, G5 and G6, but I'm in Sydney region. There's no G6s in Sydney, but they're in the US. For this demo, I'm going to use G4 DNs. Okay, you can see this one has 8 cores, which is 8 vCPUs, and 32 gigs of memory. So I'm going to use this one. Key pair, I'm going to make a new key pair. I'm going to call this demo Workstation. All right. You can call it whatever you want to. I'm using PEM for this. And create, and you see it downloads it. Save this one because you can't get it again. It's very important. Under the VPC, I'm going to be using a demo VPC. You can always use your default one. Auto assign public IP, you need to enable that. Set that to enable if it's not done already. Security group, I'm going to make a new one. So demo Workstation security group, and I'm just going to copy that and paste it. Oh, no, not that one. Demo Workstation security group. There we go. We want a remote desktop, so you do RDP, and you'll see it opens port 3389. Source, anywhere means anyone can connect to it. That's kind of useful in many ways, but also opens you up to security issues, where if someone gets hold of your PEM key that you just made, they could theoretically get into your machine. So rather use my IP, so lock down to who I am. If you have other IPs that you want to assign, you can always just add a new security group role. And if you change your network, just make sure, if you're not connecting, check your IP address, because your IPs do change. Under storage, I'm going to just bump this up a little bit to 50 gigs. You can change it here. Storage, you can scale up after your machine has been created, but you can't scale down, so just keep that in mind. And GP2 is a storage speed. I'm going to choose GP3. You don't need to do that, but it's up to you if you want to. So I'll see here, Windows image, G4DN, security group, and then there's a default volume for the operating system, and then this adds on top of it. So I'm going to say launch. And now, because it's a Windows instance, it will take a little bit of time to provision. You can see the status by clicking on the link to the machine. And then you'll see it says running and then initializing. So this step will take about a minute or 2 minutes. And then after, when it's ready, then you can start to connect to it. Linux machines are a lot quicker than Windows to provision. Just keep that in mind. And then if you want to see the latest status, just click on the refresh button over here. So it's still provisioning. We'll just have to wait a little bit. Okay, so looking at the status, refreshing, and it says 2 of 2 passed. Okay, so click on the ID of the instance to go into it. Now it's got a public IP address. That means it's ready to connect. So we click connect. RDP client, download your remote desktop file. So there it is, and click it. So now it needs a password, so let's get the password. So over here, back in the console, click get password. Remember that PEM key, you have to select it, and you say decrypt. There's our password, copy, go back here, paste it in, and connect. And now we're gonna connect to our machine. So I'm on a Mac, and now this is connecting to a Windows machine. So it doesn't matter if you're on a Mac, Linux, etc. As long as you can remote into a computer, you can access it. The first time it boots, it does take a little bit of time to get the operating system up and running. When you log in again, it's a lot quicker. So let's see. And there we go. Brand new Windows instance. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll set up the Nvidia drivers and then install a nice TCV, but then enable the web client so that way you can access your workstations inside browser tabs. Please like and subscribe for more videos. There'll be a lot more coming. Thanks, bye.